What a week we're having. COVID-19, everything's closed, including Apple. Apple released the iPad Pro 2020, the MacBook Air, the Mac Mini, and also the Power Beats. Without further ado, let's check it out. Welcome back. This is Jason, and this is I Speak Geek. So today I wanted to talk to you about iPad Pro 2020. Apple released the long-awaited iPad refresh. So it's been like a year and a half since Apple released the iPad Pro, the 11-inch and the 12.9. So this year, they just released the iPad Pro. This is for 2020. This comes in with a new processor. I believe it's the A12Z Bionic, and this is an 8-core processor, as well as they upgraded the RAM on the iPad. Before, if you wanted 6 gigs of RAM, you had to go to the 1 terabyte option. Now it's standard across the board. So this should allow for better productivity, more multitasking, and so on. And with Apple touting this device as the go-to device for people moving around, doing editing, and just having one of those flexible workflows, this is probably going to be the device for you. So also Apple released a new Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. So luckily for those people who had the previous version, this new keyboard, Magic Keyboard as they're calling it, will work with the 2018 model. Usually Apple, whenever they release a new iPad, they release a new keyboard case only specific to that model, but this year they changed, and I'm happy because I didn't really want to upgrade my iPad just to get this keyboard, and I'm happy to find out that it's actually going to work with the one I got. This keyboard also has a touchpad, so you're allowed to do all the gestures that you're normally accustomed to with Mac. Apple is with 13.4 is going to add more pointer support. As before, you would have to look at accessibility to get pointer support, and it was just this big, huge icon. And now it's more intuitive, and it's a lot smaller and a lot easier to use because you had to assign gestures to the particular buttons. But now with that support in their native, this is definitely going to help those who like to use their mouse with their iPad when they're on the go. As well, Apple released the MacBook Air. So this is just a updated MacBook Air that a lot of folks have been waiting for, and Apple also made it a lot cheaper to get a hold of this MacBook Air. So I believe it's $999 starting off. This has a new processor in there, Intel's latest. Biggest is a Core i5, I believe. But there's also upgraded storage options in this MacBook Air, as well as it goes back to the scissor mechanism keyboard that a lot of people have been clamoring for. Kind of the same keyboard that's on the MacBook Pro 16-inch. And there is Touch ID included in this MacBook Air. Still the same screen, but for those who were looking for an upgraded MacBook Air, because this is one of Apple's best-selling laptops, just because it's so slim and it's so cheap that a lot of people will be picking this up. And then Apple upgraded the Mac Mini. So the Mac Mini, it still has the same processor in it. It's the Core i3, but Apple updated the storage options for the Mac Mini. And I know a lot of people pick this up for the same reason they pick up the MacBook Air. It's very cheap, and it's easy to get into the Mac OS ecosystem. So, I don't see too many people who are, probably going to be excited for this or going to be picking this up. And then lastly, Apple released the Power Beats. So this is not a truly wireless like the Powerbeats Pro, there is a cable between the two headphones. This is kind of similar to the Powerbeats 3, except the cable is not flat, it's rounded. But the battery life on this is going to be amazing. It's 15 hours, and of course it includes fast charging. I think a minute charging is like 3 hours of battery life. It doesn't come with that fancy case. It is a Lightning to USB-A to charge the Powerbeats, but for those who like to work out, this is a great option, and it's $100 less than the Powerbeats Pro. Powerbeats Pro are $249, whereas this is going to be $149. So I think a lot of people who are fans of Beats are going to pick this up. Me, not so much, just because I had some issues in the past with Beats with the quality. 3 headphones all had quality issues, and you know, that was it for me, and I jumped ship to like the AirPods as my go-to wireless headphones. So let me know what you're going to be picking up. Are any of these devices going to be on your shopping list? I know Apple released, a couple devices. There may be more. We're looking to see if they're going to be releasing the iPhone 9 at a later date. And rumors say that they're going to be releasing a Plus model for the iPhone 9. So let's stay tuned and see what Apple does. Please like and subscribe to the video. Definitely appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.